Hello everyone, today I'll be taking you on a tour of this 2022 GMC Sierra Denali, and I'll show you why it's an excellent family truck that has a lot of luxurious equipment. Thank you to Buick GMC of Bellevue for providing me with this 2021 GMC Sierra. They're an excellent dealership in the Seattle area to check out if you're looking for a new Buick or GMC, and I highly recommend them if you're in the market for a new truck from GMC or any other Buick or GMC vehicle. Okay, so to start off, we have the infotainment system in the middle, and I really like this infotainment system by General Motors. I think it's a great system overall. It's very responsive. You can see here, it's very quick to respond to my taps. Let me head over back to the home here, and if you go to the navigation map, it's super quick. I love how fast it is to move around the map. It's awesome. I really like the infotainment system overall, and it has quite a few features. So as you can see here, it has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So if I tap that, it says me to connect an Apple phone, which I don't have right now, and there's also Android Auto. So if I connect an Android phone, it'll take me to Android Auto, which is pretty cool. And there's also a couple of features like trailering, for example. So this, for example, will help me track like the mileage, the fuel economy with a trailer attached. You can see, you can look at the different trailer profiles, and that's pretty cool. So if I hit get started, it'll allow me to like add a trailer, and if I head there, I can look at the trailer. I can add a profile for my trailer, and I don't know, let's call this I forgot the A, but I don't think I'm gonna go back to that now. Let's just call it that. Okay, and it asks me for the type of hitch I'm using. Let's just go for a normal hitch, and then it'll ask me for what type of trailer this is. I don't know, let's call this a cargo style trailer, and then now it'll allow me to like set up a couple of features like the tow haul mode reminder, etc. for a trailer, which I think is a pretty cool feature. I can like activate the trailer profile if I want. So if I activate that, it'll tell me if the trailer is connected, that with the different data for my trailer, which is pretty cool, and I can see the status, etc. It's a pretty cool feature. There's also a camera, so that'll take me to the cameras on the car. You can see right now there's the backup camera displayed. There's the trailer camera, so the trailer camera will help me like align my trailer, and there's also this camera as well. So there are quite a few camera options. That's what you'll get if you press the camera button. And there's Sirius XM, as you can see here, and there's also climate controls in the infotainment system. The nice thing is you don't have to do it in the infotainment system. There are climate controls down here. So down here you can see I actually have proper climate controls, like you have the temperature here, and if I get rid of the sync button, then I can have individual temperatures for each passenger. And here are the different mode options. I have the defrosters, I also have the fan speed, and I can enable or disable recirculating air, which is pretty cool. And below that, there are also a couple of switches here. For example, there's a switch to open the bed, there's the hazard lights, there's the turn off traction control, etc. A bunch of switches down here as well, and those are the basic features. And and by the way, there's also a couple of buttons for the media control. Overall, it's a basic center stack here in the middle. We can see we have the climate controls, the different switches, the screen, and overall that's the center area of the Sierra Denali. Another thing to mention in the infotainment system is that it comes with 4G LTE. So this Denali model has 4G LTE built in, and so this allows you to access the 4G LTE, and so you can use data while you're on the go, which is pretty cool. It's like built-in Wi-Fi. So in here, you can also see that there's also a power outlet in the middle. So this power outlet is quite helpful. If you, for example, are using a laptop at the front here, you can easily plug it in using the power outlet. And if you press this button, that will enable the power outlet. So now the power outlet is enabled. If I press it again, it's now disabled for safety. So that's pretty cool. The power outlet is quite helpful. Let me go ahead and turn that off. And the power outlet is quite helpful, for example, if you want to connect like peripherals, which is pretty cool. This car is also quite a bit of a luxurious trim. It's the Denali trim, which is the topmost. So it also has heated seats. You can see here my heated seats and cooled seats. So there are my, that's just back heating, sorry. That are the cool seats. That's represented with the blue lights. So those are the cool seats. And then there are two types of heated seats, the whole seat and just the backrest. So additionally, there's also a screen in the middle. So this screen kind of complements the middle screen here. And this screen in the middle of the gauge cluster has a couple of options. So right now I'm on my home page, which will just display my miles per hour and like the fuel that's estimated to be remaining. If I press these buttons on the steering wheel, it'll allow me to change what I want. So there's my home, there's like the info page, which will give me like regular info. Like for example, here's my trip odometer and stuff. I can change to the media, which is, this is the radio right now. Here's the navigation, which will show me like my destination, and then here's the phone as well as the settings. So that's pretty cool. I'm gonna keep it in the navigation page for now, and there's some information at right in the middle of the gauge cluster, so you don't have to look at the infotainment system for the basic stuff. So along the left here, this being a truck, obviously has like the 4-wheel drive controls. So we have auto 4-wheel drive, 2-wheel drive high, 4-wheel drive high, and 4-wheel drive low. So all of these options are available to the left of the steering wheel, right there. So along the middle here, first there's actually a wireless charger, so you can stick your phone and that will wirelessly charge your device. And there's also 2 cup holders for the front passengers. And then here, there's this button in the front. If you press the button and open it up, the center console opens, and here we can see we have a couple of USB ports. We have a deep storage space to put your items. If I close that, there's also 2 cup holders for the rear passengers to use as well. It's a bit tricky to display, but this car does have power seats, so you can see if I press these buttons, and go ahead forward and back. I also have 2-way lumbar, so I can use that for my lower back support, and that's a nice convenience feature. Also on the front of this car, I wanted to mention that this car has 2 glove boxes. There's one on the top and one on the bottom. So if I press the one on the top here, you can see I can open it up. I have some space to put in some items. And then I can also open the one on the bottom. This one, by the way, is lockable, unlike the one on the top. And I have more space to put in items too. That's very nice. You have quite a bit of storage space in the front of this car. Another thing I like is that it has a lot of wood touches here. You can see I love the beautiful looking wood here. The wood is also present on the door panel, and overall it just makes it look more luxurious than it already is. It looks pretty cool. Okay, so I'm around the back of the GMC Sierra Denali, and there's a lot of space back here. It's a very big car, and of course it has a lot of space. You can see I have a ton of space behind the front seats. And if I do the headroom test, hopefully you guys can see that there's a ton of headroom in this car, and it's just a very, very large space and a nice space to spend time. There's also a couple of cool features in here. Obviously there's the central armrest, so if I open that, we have 2 more cup holders for the rear passengers to use along with these. That's a lot of cup holders for the people in this car, which is pretty cool. And also, one of my favorite features is this hoop thing. So if you pull this, you see this seat opens and you have extra storage behind the rear seats, which is a really cool feature. You can actually stick in some items there. That's a pretty cool feature in the back of this car. And overall, this place is just so big that it's just massive. It's awesome. It's a pretty great place to spend time. Back here, there are some stuff. And as you can see, there's the 12-volt outlet, and there's a USB Type-C and a USB Type-A port to plug in your devices, as well as vents. So there are rear air vents here in the middle so that you can enjoy the climate control back here. So another thing to mention are the power running boards. So if I open the door, the running boards will pop out so you can get in the car easier. And if I close the door, I'll wait for the door to close. You can see that the running board, after some time, there you go, it pops right back in. And on the subject of running boards, if I pop the running board back out again, there's this button on the side. So if I press the button, there we go, it'll actually push it away to the side here, and that makes it easier for me to climb on the running board and then get into the bed. So another thing to mention are the side steps over here. These side steps are helpful once again to get into the bed, so I can just get on the side step and I can access whatever's in here. Okay, so now we're on the back of the car, and over here on the tailgate, there isn't a regular handle. Instead, there are 2 buttons. So these buttons will each do different actions. So one on the bottom will pop open the whole tailgate. The one on the top will just pop open this particular top part. So I'll mention that when we get there. First, we have the bottom button. So if I press that button, the whole tailgate will pop down, and then I can go here to, let me have my hand, there we go, that's the top button. That'll pop open this part, so then I can just push in, and then that'll open this step, and this step makes it easier for me to get in, so I can climb the step and get in to the bed. But there's also another feature in this car, and that would be this grab handle. So I believe you just open it up, there's the grab handle, and the grab handle makes it really easy to get inside along with the steps. You can just step on the step, get in the grab handle, and then you're in the bed, which is a pretty nice feature to get into the bed quickly. And there's also here, there's a kicker audio system, so you can connect like your Bluetooth speaker, and then it will allow you to play audio, whatever music you want, and that's a pretty cool feature. Closing this up is also easy. Just I think you need to head over here, and then let me put my phone away for just a second. There you go. If I bring it back here, now it's in this position, and so this is like a pretty cool feature. Once again, it's very multi-purpose. So if you, for example, you have like a lot of wood, this thing will kind of extend it, and then this thing can stop it from like extending out. And then I can fold that down. And now, once again, this also gives like a platform for stuff to rest on, and I can close this thing up if I want to completely close up the tailgate. Another thing to mention in this truck is that it's the high trim Denali version, and that means it has a couple of extra touches and extra luxury features. For example, like obviously the wood grain I mentioned, but also the middle of the steering wheel. As you can see here, it actually has the Denali logo in the middle. And that Denali logo kind of signifies this is the upper trim Denali model. And overall, the materials in the car itself are generally very nice. For example, down here, everything is soft touch. It's not very hard. The leather here is very nice. It's soft touch up here. And the seating too, you can see it has Denali imprinted in the seats. And there is very, very nice, comfortable material. This leather is really, really soft and comfortable, and I love it. And overall, the materials in this car, just because it's the Denali trim, the lower end trims also have very good materials. But if you step up to the Denali trim, which is also very crucial because this particular model is a Denali trim, and it's kind of rare to find these higher end trims due to the chip shortage. So there's a lot of chip shortage here, and so getting all the different electronic components and the high end stuff that this car has, it's kind of tricky. So the Denali trim is definitely something to look out for, and this particular model is one. And we can see here the trim, just overall the car's interior, very, very beautiful, very, very luxurious in here. I just like the way I just like the way they've designed the interior. It's very rugged, but at the same time, very premium. So I also wanted to talk about the styling of this truck. I think it looks really cool, especially this particular model. The white color with the black wheels here. They're very large, beautiful looking black wheels. It complements it very good, and I think it's a great style. Also the Denali logo on the sides. Overall, I think it makes the car look super nice. So around front here, you can see this grille is huge. We can see there's a large GMC logo, and the honeycomb grille in the middle is very, very huge. It's one of the largest grills out there. And you can see here we also have this nice looking headlights. I think the headlights look pretty cool, and they complement the grille very well. And overall, I think the front end styling looks quite nice. So around back here, we can see once again that the back end styling is also quite nice. The sail lights I think look really good, like nice and vertical, and I like the way the GMC logo is nice and large. Also, the Denali logo once again shows that it's a Denali, and obviously this is a GMC Sierra, so there's a Sierra badge, and I think it looks quite nice back here. I also like the 2-button design. It's a pretty cool idea. Okay, and also popping under the hood here, this car has a 6.2 liter V8 engine, which is very nice for like all the power that you need to move this car, because this car is a very big one, and this is a truck, and it's a very big truck, so you need a good engine, and this V8 engine definitely does satisfy that need. And so that's the 2021 GMC Sierra. This is a great truck to buy if you're looking for both luxurious interior as well as great ruggedness. This truck is an excellent purchase, and I highly recommend it for anybody that's looking to buy a truck.